flying across the kingdom in search of Belric's quarry. You investigated different spots, trying to gain a upper hand using religion and talking to Melil, the deity who first gave Belric this amplified vision. Eventually, you all landed in the city of Draken to search more, walk around and ask questions, and try and receive some good answers. Two groups actually were able to get some solid answers. One of which is that he recently left around 2 weeks prior, heading westward. This individual named Kor. The other group, Faradir and Mebehi, discovered that this individual was trying to contact the Thieves Guild and find the secretive location known as the Brigans' Barge. With this newfound information, the party contacted individuals who they knew to have been members of said Thieves Guild. And thus, they got in contact with Malcolm Gran, one of the spires of the Thieves Guild. After some discussion, you all were summoned deep into the Deadlands, the large swamp to the west of Draken. There, you were beset upon by a large black dragon that very quickly was scared off by the mere appearance of Malcolm. Taking you on his boat and taking you further into the swamp, you had a nice discussion. And eventually, you all were brought into a tent where you were given the finalized proposal. Write down information about your lives so that the Thieves Guild would have leverage over you in the chance that you spilled the beans on this secretive barge that they have. And you all did. You all were able to write about your lives. You didn't have to tell the truth, but seems like most of you did. With that, Malcolm invited you formally to the Brigans' Barge. You were then led back to the boat and took a nice trip through the swamp. And eventually, you saw as Malcolm disappeared beyond view as you all entered through a magical projected illusion of an empty swamp. And before you, you saw a maze-like complex of floating barge lands. These floating homes and taverns and smithies, floating parks, all being pulled through the swamplands by large, bound water elementals. And the entirety of the Brigans' Barge seemed to shift and move to allow for none of the objects, none of the buildings to be touched by the natural scenery of the land, thus making this large complex undetectable from sky, from tracking, from anything. Upon walking into and onto the barge, you were led through the strange maze-like corridors, different almost alleyways spreading out, houses built wherever they could be, somewhat ramshackle, but also somewhat beautiful and interesting. The space would always seem to be changing as certain houses seem to partially open up, and there does seem to be much magic that dwells within this space to allow the buildings to move away from trees going through their homes. It's as if the whole barge has some sort of living energy. You were all brought to Malcolm's home, located in the dead center of the barge. A large central courtyard filled with different merchants and individuals of different scrupulous natures mingling around. These four large homes set in each cardinal direction of the barge. Their own private stone walls filled with their own private gardens. You were brought in to Malcolm's. A beautiful space with a lit fireplace, a large, grandiose staircase, and many perfect luxuries fit for one of the leaders of this city. And there, you all sat down as he finished off his story about this core and how they've been working with another spire named Odelaphine. You were also told where you could find core, being that of the Shaggy Rope Tavern to the north of the city. So, that is where we left off. You were given some information, and you can do with that as you will. There is a whole city before you. If any of you wish to speak more to Malcolm while you have the chance, you are welcome to.
Alright, so my plan is we just burn it to the ground, everyone dies.
Sounds good. Where do you want to start? Hopefully the large armored water elementals.
Yeah, I think we'll start with them.
Yeah.
I think they'll burn perfectly fine.
Plot twist, we brought in nuclear bombs. We're gonna
did.
start splitting atoms.
We did not come to play this time around.
Okay.
We came for blood.
Okay. Alright. So. Oh man. Ooh. What time of day is it?
So at this point, you spent the night in Draken, left. Let's see. I have too many tabs open. That is a problem. Okay, from Draken into the central of the Deadlands. Traveling about. I'd say it's probably around 2 or so. Maybe 3 o'clock.
Okay. Cool.
So it's just heading into mid-afternoon. Well, late afternoon.
Alright. So prime time for information gathering, really.
Indeed.
Alright. So as we were walking through, do we look the part?
I mean, what are you all wearing?
I mean, my traditional, basically what my character art is. So, I mean, I'm not wearing much.
Yeah, I mean, just my normal clothes.
Yeah, same. Can't say I'm wearing anything special if I'm there.
Obviously not wearing like the fur padded stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm asking, do the other individuals on this barge seem to be dressed in a particular way?
Really? Not much. It seems to almost depend on what level they are in the cast. You do note that a lot of the people who have the crossed daggers tend to wear studded leathers or normal leathers, kind of like light armors typically. Those with the fists with the iron knuckles tend to, either some of them seem to wear like medium armors, some chainmail and stuff. Others that you walked past seem to just be either shirtless. They seem to be like either muscle or, muscle. Like dock workers or guards, essentially, almost. For the others that you would have seen, some people seem to be more well dressed. You probably passed a few individuals who were wearing wizard robes or fancier outfits like that. It seems eclectic. There's no set design for these people.
Okay, cool. All right then. With that in mind, I think we will want to start then at the shaggy rope then. First lead.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go there.
Yeah, I'll just follow the mesh.
Yep, well, I have to go there.
Okay. So, you all leave Malcolm's estate. You are led out by some attendants as he seemingly goes on about his day. You are led out to the front, out just outside the courtyard on the docks, and you see these beautiful sights. Now, I can tell you the four houses of the seemingly leaders of this crime guild are very different in style and shape. Malcolm's seems fairly plain. It seems like it is the most normal of all the four of them. Fairly standard mix of like old, kind of a almost like an old cabin kind of feel to it. Fairly sizable. It is a manor, but it is beautiful in its simplicity. His is on the north side of the space. Okay. To the east side of the barge, you see another one made of mostly wood. It seems to have a large stone wall with very sharp looking almost wire strung across the top of it. It's very almost it looks sort of like a prison in that regard, but the actual building itself is made of a mixture of stone and wood. Very beautiful as well. The one directly across from you all, being on the south side, seems to be almost like a rendition of a castle. Pretty much mostly stone, tall towers, fairly nice. The last one, which would be on the western side of the courtyard, is the strangest one. It's very eclectic. There is tons and tons of knickknacks covering the entirety of it. It looks like a hoarder who has some sense of style has just put everything they've ever found all over this place. But it is still fairly nice, well-kept building. And as you look into the central yard where all of these different merchants and shady figures seem to be selling different wares or just discussing things, there are 4 roads that kind of take a diagonal route out of the central corridor. So, where are you heading?
Okay. Um, do we know what direction the shaggy rope is in?
It was in the north.
To the north. Okay. Yeah, then I guess we'll start heading there.
Okay. You begin heading north. Can one of you make an investigation check for me?
Ooh, can I do that?
Yeah.
Use those glasses.
Oh, do I get advantage on that?
I believe so. It's an investigation.
Uh,
I know you get Arcana and History, right?
Um. Yeah, I get advantage on Arcana and knowledge checks, so history checks. But I don't get advantage on investigation.
No. You're just good at that though, right?
Yeah, I just have expertise in it.
Yeah. You can still do it.
I just get a plus 12, so that's a 29.
I just get a
29?
plus 12.
Asking around, you're easily able to find this establishment. Heading northward, well, as north as you can go, seeing how the corridors seem to almost move diagonally out of the central area. You begin to notice that this place is somewhat like a giant snowflake. Streets head into themselves with all these small back alleys, and you can see many different homes and establishments have been made. But nearing the north side, about one alley away from the outer docks of this large barge, you see your quarry, and you begin heading over to it. It seems to be a fairly sizable plot of land, two-story tavern with a large balcony up front. Underneath, there seems to be a large porch area with many different seating areas, benches, and large doors that lead into the main structure. There seems to be quite a few people standing around, smoking different substances and just chatting around.
Nice. Well, I found this place. Someone else take over.
She's like, I did my part.
Called teamwork for a reason.
Well, it's Belaric's quest,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so I guess I'll head inside, see what it looks on inside.
Follow
Okay.
behind.
okay. Walking in,
I
you're
will as well.
greeted with a very loud, raucous place. This is not a very quiet establishment. It reminds you of your time in Don Willow, in that sort of more loud bar, essentially. The bar is massive. It lines the entire left wall, and you see many individuals go to and fro, grabbing different drinks, paying or not paying. Many seem to have tabs here. On the inside, you note that there are many central tables. The outer edges seem to be almost like booths set in. Many that have curtains that you can draw over for privacy and the like. There does seem to be a second level to the establishment, which has more tables lined up against a wooden railing. In the center is a large silver chandelier that is almost far too ostentatious for the level of this establishment. You don't know where they stole it from, but someone probably did. Other than that, there does seem to be plenty of room access on the second floor. But this place is probably not very quiet if you wanted to sleep. But yeah. Welcome to the Shaggy Rope.
I think I'll just take a look around and see if I see any bugbears.
Make a perception check. 10. You look around, and really you don't see many bugbears. You do see one, but it is most certainly not core. This is a way older bugbear, graying on pretty much every patch of fur that is visible. Um, and currently sitting at the bar, it does not look like Core. But this place is filled. Many individuals are in here, and many of the booths are occupied with their curtains closed. So you don't know.
Yeah, then I'll go up to probably the bar and see if there's a barkeep there.
Yeah, you do see that there's about three different barkeeps. You see two humans and one tiefling, all taking different drinks and orders.
Yep, I'll just try to grab the attention of one of them.
Okay. You grab the attention of the tiefling as they're taking orders. They seem to have a slow moment and they spot you in the crowd, kind of walk over. Hey, how can I help you?
I'm actually looking for a person. I don't know if you've seen him. It's like a bugbear, probably wearing like heavy armor.
Interesting. He kind of holds his hand out.
Yeah, I'll give him like a 5 gold.
I've seen a bugbear in heavy armor. Kind of pockets the gold. What do you need him for?
Oh, he's an old friend of mine.
Okay. What's your name?
The name's Belric.
Balmer. Okay. Well, I'll let you know if I see him, okay?
All right, thanks.
You're welcome. And you see another person calls him over, he heads over and starts getting them drinks. So,
Would I have been close enough to do an insight check?
sure. Nine?
Wowie.
Seems like an upstanding tiefling that lives in a town of thieves and, criminals.
These are the lore rules we expect.
Like your good
Nothing
rolls,
above a
your attack
10.
rolls. Your good rolls, your attack rolls.
Yeah, for real. At
So-
least I get those.
What's the goal?
So, I'm guessing you didn't get much, did you?
No, and I think I just lost some gold, but that's what was expected.
Yeah. Alright. Well, there is always, the, old developing route.
Yeah, that's true. I think I might have one more trick I can try out before we go down that route.
What you got in mind?
I think I'm able to sense, well, at least the object he's carrying. And I'll
Oh.
cast a locate object.
Okay. You cast locate object. So it is 1,000 feet. Distance. So you don't actually sense it within your vicinity.
How long does that last? I forgot.
I believe it lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
So, any tingling feelings?
No, I don't sense anything here. So he's probably not currently here, at least.
Well, how big is the barge from the distance that we saw it from?
Let me.
If If someone
See
had to,
something.
if Seer had to give a rough
I'd
estimate.
like the exact dimensions of this barge,
If
please.
Seer could
Down to
Oh,
the
figure out those numbers.
centimeter.
do you want me to do some architectural gymnastics in my head?
Basically, I mean,
I love
One
that
sec.
Seer has no proficiencies in architecture, and yet
I should have proficiency
just
in
knows
architecture.
everything.
I mean that would be
Listen,
Just get proficiency in carpenter's tools.
or masonry, one or the other.
Let me just check.
Okay, get some rest. College life is draining. I know that much.
Yeah, it is.
Nighty night.
I'd say that the radius of this um, barge is about a mile across.
Okay.
So not as big as like a normal large city, but it's still very sizable
Okay.
for what it
Seer,
is.
I don't know how you break down these numbers, but
oh, it just takes like a lot of practice.
all right. Well, how long does your spell last? Or is it like a one-time thing?
No, I believe I can hold on to it for the next like 10 minutes.
All right.
You have to start running now.
Run. All right.
Since you cast Windwalker.
Then I think we should split. Honestly, typically I wouldn't say do that, but this traveling around in a big group constantly might draw unwanted attention. So we split off 2 teams. One goes with Belric. The other one sticks around here to see if he might come back.
So are you all running?
We're sprinting full speed through the city.
We're going
Full
at
speed
6 feet
sprinting.
per 6 seconds.
Yeah.
We're going
I'm-
10 feet per second.
Yeah.
I'ma stay here at the tavern, get an ale,
You say
and
Bolt has nothing on us.
and I'm going to just kind of watch to see if our bugbear comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
stick with Gamesh.
Okay, you two stick together. The rest of you start running. So, let me look at my calculations that I just did. Okay. You all start booking it. Where are you running to?
I don't think I have like a set direction, but kind of just around.
Oh, did we not break up into teams?
Faradir's with me.
Yeah. So Faradir and Gamesh stay. The rest of you are running.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
Yeah. So you're just running are you running the perimeter?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So, you run the perimeter. This is a large place. It is really not that small, and make a Constitution saving throw. Everyone who's running. Okay.
What, you mean sprinting at 60 feet every 6 seconds is hard?
Yeah.
Nah.
Not everybody can do that in real life.
Okay.
D&D people are basically Kryptonians.
I think I'm gonna tap out. Pretty
So, essentially, Seer, you take 1 point of exhaustion.
She's getting red in the face.
The rest of you, however, are barely okay.
soon. I tap out.
Especially Belric, you're feeling a little lightheaded, but you're okay. You'll recover from this. And you run and are able to run a 10-minute mile around this city. And the whole time, you get nothing.
Well, don't sense anything.
This is the last time I go running.
Yeah, I think running was a bad idea.
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
Yeah, and the whole time, people were just looking at you. Whereas, like, before you were able to get through the city, like, people really didn't pay too much attention. Seeing all of you run through the city, you have so many eyes on you.
Full pelt. Just going at it.
Oh, that's funny. I thought about that too. Soon they said that we were gonna run. I was like, "You're gonna run through a city of thieves, huh?" I was
Yeah, people are gonna start thinking there's something to be running from.
Hey, if anyone asks,
So, Belric,
just
what are you doing?
Well, we probably should head back to the tavern, see if they came back at all.
I like how Cindy's just like, exercise is good. She's casually just runs.
Okay. So you begin heading back to the tavern?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Mine's 15.
15. Okay. Okay. You successfully walk back to the tavern after your jaunty run, passing by many of the same individuals you passed the first time, who just stare you all down with some confusion, some interest. So, Gamesh, you're keeping an eye out with Faraday, right?
Correct.
Make a perception check as you're actively on the lookout. You can take advantage if Faraday is helping you.
Can I make it?
Yeah. If you want to make your own, then yeah, go ahead.
Hey.
So you two sit down, buy a drink, mark off like 2 silver. And you wait around, hearing the idle chit chat of many of these individuals. Most of them don't pay too much mind to you all. You have the marks. You know are interesting folk, and you don't stick out too much, surprisingly.
unlike us.
Unlike you guys, yeah.
The thing is, though, as you're sitting there waiting, watching, your group has been gone about 5 minutes now. You see the bar is slightly lessening it up. You see there's a little bit less work, and you see the tiefling bartender kind of walks over to the 2 humans, talks to him for a bit, and you see him walk around the counter with a couple drinks in his hand, drop a couple off at a few tables. You see he goes over to one of the back left booths with this curtain drawn over it. And you see he kind of walks over, gives a knock on the side. You see it slightly opens up, and he hands in an ale. But he doesn't leave immediately. You see he lingers for a moment, just out of the corner of your eyes, and you watch. And both of you are able to notice a large, well-armored bugbear is sitting in the booth. You see they talk for a moment. You see the tiefling turns around, eyeing both of you. You see the bugbear makes eye contact with both of you as well. You see the tiefling turns around fully as the curtain fully closes, and he walks back towards the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do you do anything?
I don't act on it immediately. I just keep on sipping on my ale.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, waiting for everyone to come back.
Okay.
Acting nonchalant.
Fair dear.
Yeah, I'll just try and keep it, act natural, you know?
Okay. You sit and watch still, and merely 30 seconds later, the curtain rips open from that singular booth, and you see now standing good 8 feet tall, very long-armed bugbear, wearing this very not bright. You see somewhat tattered, heavy armor. You see they pull this large glaive out of where they're. It was probably sitting somewhere in their booth, and begin quickly walking towards the stairs, going upstairs.
Okay. So for the stairs, is it like open stairwell? So like you can see where they lead to?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Um, for now, I think I will. I think I'll just. Okay. Make sure that using all my stuff to my advantage here. All right. For now, I'll just watch out the corner of my eye really and make a mental note of which room or where he goes after he goes upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just follow his lead.
Okay. Watching him, he quickly ascends the stairs and heads off almost directly straight. And from where you are sitting, you see there are sections of rooms that kind of delve deeper into the building that are like the more quiet rooms, built a little bit further away from the main bar tavern area. And you lose sight of him as he seems to go into one of those sections.
Okay. So with the direction that he went in,
Yeah.
does that seem to be towards the front of the building or towards the back?
It's more towards the right side of the building.
More towards the right side.
Yeah. So whereas like when you first enter, there's like the main tavern section, the bar on the far left that takes up almost the entirety of the wall, and then there's a bunch of booths on the sides, and then on the right side there's the large staircase that goes up to a landing and then splits off into two sides, and then kind of meets back up at the top, where there's like a bunch of balcony seating, and then on the very far left, in the very far left side and right side there are rooms set along the area. Rooms only along the left side. The right side is where the open balcony that overhangs the porch that you walked under. And it just keeps going past the stairs, however. So once you reach the landing, you go up another set of stairs towards the landing, and then if you make a left, that leads you over to the more quiet rooms.
Okay. All right. Cool. Is this building made mostly of stone or out of wood?
Wood.
Wood. Okay. All right. All right. I'll lean over to Faradir. So obviously he knows we're here, and I don't know how he's gonna react. So I think I want to go outside and kind of circle around to the side of the building he's on. You think you can wait in here for everyone else? Just to make sure he doesn't try to escape or anything.
Yes, I can do this.
Alright. I down the rest of my ale, and I'll start heading outside and try to get around to the side of the building that he walked towards.
Okay. You begin heading down that side, and you see a alleyway that kind of cuts where the building ends. It kind of cuts right through, and seems to head over to like more hidden housing and other such places like that in this city.
Okay. I don't see any doorways or anything connected to the building.
You do see a doorway on the bottom, but there are none up top.
But not on top.
Yeah, you do see a couple windows lining that area where it seems like there's probably a set of 4 rooms occupy the back wall. As the building kind of ends, there's just almost like the end of the hallway. You see a window there at the end of the hallway, a window at the other end of the hallway, and between those 2 windows, there's 2 rooms, and then on the other side of both of those windows, there's a room, and then the other one has a room.
Okay.
If I'm explaining that correctly, or
I think I
accurately.
think I got it. I think I got it.
Okay.
Let me see how. So let me make sure. I'm going to kind of grab the lumber doom, not like fully branching it or anything. Just kind of getting my hand on the handle, and I'm going to use see invisibility
Okay.
just to make sure nothing's.
Yeah, you cast see invisibility through Lumberdoom, and there's nothing, actually. The alleyway seems pretty clear of invisible persons.
Any invisible objects.
You do see there seems to be some symbol carved into the just above the door frame on the bottom.
Okay, is it like an arcane symbol?
It seems to be.
All right. I'll make a. Let's see, I don't think I have anything to write with at the moment. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to write with. Curses. I'll just make a mental note of it right now, and I'll wait a little bit to see if the group comes back before I head back inside.
Okay.
And while I'm in the alley, I'll just kind of sip on my I'll sip on the was it the Con Finest that I have, the bottle of wine,
Okay. Nice.
just so I look like I'm doing something.
Okay. There are a lot of people openly drinking, and you sort of blend right in. Okay. Okay. So you wait a few minutes, waiting for your allies to return from their 10-minute run away, and then probably walking back. So uh, it might take a little bit longer for them to get there. Yeah. About 4 minutes into you waiting outside, you see the very far window, furthest away from you, well into the alleyway, opens up. You see a long arm, hairy, kind of sticks its hand out as someone begins to climb through the window. Are you doing anything?
Okay, and I'm in this alley.
Yeah, you're probably at the beginning of it. So this is on the very far side from you. About, I'd say probably maybe 40 feet or so.
Okay, I'll just I guess I'll just try to. So I'll cork my bottle.
Okay.
Um, and I guess I'll just have to try and roll stealth. I'll just try to blend in with the environment. Not to try to stand out too much. I guess.
Okay. Okay. Roll stealth.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, you quickly duck into the alleyway and take a couple peeks out. Well, probably not into the alleyway. You kind of duck beyond the wall, just at the front of the deck of the building, easily out of sight. Surprisingly, from everyone on the street, no one seems to notice you. As you kind of peek out, you notice the individual, this bugbear, begins to fully climb out the window and is going to drop themselves from about, it's probably about 30 feet up. So they're going to have to make a dex save. Okay. They resist some of it. Okay. The individual seems to hit the ground with a loud thud, and you hear like a short wince of pain, but they quickly seem to stand up, look around, and they begin heading. They begin heading your direction, actually.
Okay. And I'm kind of peeking around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, once I see him heading this way, I'm just gonna kind of come back around the corner. I'm just gonna have my back to the wall, and I'm just gonna wait from the pier, really, and see if he pays attention to me, and if he does, just see what goes on. So I'm just waiting for him just to come around the corner at this point.
Okay. You wait for about maybe like 20 seconds or so. And you swear he should be passing you right at any moment now. And you kind of take a peek out and look, and you just see a singular arm trying to stealthily look out the alleyway, looking right towards you and then left. You see they kind of take a step out of the alleyway and begin walking fast away from the establishment.
All right. So
He did not notice you.
okay. And this barge is made of mostly wood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
Just set the bar on fire.
You set the whole bar on fire. the whole-
Arson!
We would get kicked off so fast.
Right.
At that point, you realize that the barge defends itself, so it starts just splitting the fire in its own section.
Plot
Right.
twist: the barge is actually a colony of mimics.
Oh man.
That's
Wow.
how it separates.
It just eats you. It's like, oh, you're calling a problem. You got to go. All right.
That's how it self-regulates. That's why no one steals anything.
Okay. Dang, I don't have any way of communicating yet. All right,
You pass sending.
if only. Are there any torches in the area?
There does seem to be almost like not really torches. It's more like imagine like a street light that is just like a large pole sticking up in the air and currently is just inactive. So there's just nothing at the top of it. But you would imagine that somehow these are probably some form of like street light or something.
Okay. Damn, man. All right.
Do you want to follow him?
Yeah, I don't have too many options here. Kind of have to.
I mean, you could try and stop him.
I could do that. So as I see him walk past me,
Yeah.
I'll just
So, where you headed to, pal?
You
I'll
immediately
pull out.
see the large hulking figure stops and just looks over.
I'll pull out the wine bottle.
Want a drink? Look nervous.
I didn't see you there.
I must have learned a lot from somebody I know.
Huh. I have somewhere to be. He takes like a single step back, just not breaking eye contact with you, now that he actually sees you.
I know somebody that knows you. Says you go way back.
You see his hand almost like rings onto the glaive in his hand.
Look, no need for all the hostility.
I don't know how Belric got here, but tell him to leave now. I wish no harm on him. But if he gets in my way, you'll leave if you know what's good for you.
Okay, so just to make sure, one of the primary rules of this place was no violence, right?
Yeah.
Unless in self-defense.
Less in self-defense. Okay, so
You're not going to make this simple, are you?
No.
Well, I just got here. I don't plan to get kicked out immediately.
Good. Now back up.
I'm already on the wall.
Go back inside. I don't want to see you following me. I don't want to see you or Belric, period.
Well, it's too bad you got eyes then.
Well, he hasn't seen Belric yet.
yeah, he hasn't seen Bellery yet.
Beller's going to
Good
find
thing
you.
I'm not there.
You probably would just much rather get it over with, honestly.
He won't find me. I'll tell you that now. You see, kind of, there's a hint of almost nervousness to this, as clearly he's uncomfortable with this situation to some extent.
Bilrick is a very nice guy from what I've seen. I'm pretty sure if you guys just talked it out, everything would be perfectly fine.
I said back away. Go inside now. I'm tired of having this conversation.
I don't think I'm going to, though.
You see, he takes his glaive and slams that on the ground. Can you make a wisdom save for me?
Just, hey, are you by any chance related to someone named Fel Gadamine? You seem to have the same, like, big mage guy thing going on.
19. You feel and almost see an aura of dread seems to creep off of him towards you. But you resist the effect to become frightened and flee.
Ooh.
He kind of takes a look at how you've resisted and almost just sighs.
I've been around. Like I said, I'm not here to fight.
Well, neither am I.
Don't make this complicated, man.
If I walk away, you're going to follow me.
Probably.
Fuck. Why can't you go inside?
Promise Bellic I'd help find you. So I found you.
You see, like, he begins to think of his options. As you know, the rules of the city are to not murder within its walls. So clearly, he's conflicted. He wants to probably assault you and flee, but he knows there's no way.
Yeah.
Who brought you into the city?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
This is a Thieves Guild. You don't just give away information for free.
I fucking hate this city.
I don't know. I find it really interesting. The barge is really nifty.
Hmm. Well, he thinks for a moment, looks back at you. Grovel. I need you to make another save, please.
Or wisdom, right?
Yep. As he commands you to grovel.
He got me this time.
Nice.
It's gonna be so humiliating for you, huh?
He then turns and bolts, running as fast as he can. The next round you spend groveling, so you go prone and grovel.
Well, this fucking sucks. This definitely fucking sucks.
And then he runs another 60 feet away as he starts running just as far away as he can. And now it is your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm going to get up and go in the direction that he went. Do I still see him?
I mean, at this point, yes. He has not turned down an alleyway or he's just running.
Then I can move 90 feet because
You
of
want to
aggressive.
fetch your friend?
How close is the door? To
The door at this point, I'd say it's probably a good 40 feet or so.
Okay. I'll use that 40 feet to get to the door. I'll just open it. I'll say, "Fair dear, we need to move." And I'll take and
I'm immediately up and out the door.
actually, because damn, I was prone, so I had to get up. So getting up is 15.
Yeah.
And then with a dash, that'll give me to 45. So that pretty much gets me to the door. And then with my bonus action, aggressive, I move an additional 30 feet in his direction.
Okay. So, a chase has begun. As you begin chasing each other through the streets of Brigans Barge. Okay. Let's pull up some chase rules. So remind me again. So you ran, you spent 15 feet to get up. You dashed to the door to tell Faraday it's time to move. How far did you run towards them?
30 feet with aggressive.
30 feet with aggressive.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
Okay.
uh,
And you probably also had additional movement from your actual dash movement, right?
well, that would have technically got me to. That would have got me pretty much to the 40 just to get to the door because you said the doors from where I was about 40 feet away. Getting up.
Yeah. Yeah. If
To
getting up
back
was
up.
15 feet, then you had 15
So
feet
basically, it
more.
was like yeah, so it's additional 5. So technically, I would move 35 feet in total towards him from the
35.
door.
Okay. Um, One second. So. Okay, yeah. So actually, you're probably since it took you 40 feet to get into the building, and you got 35 feet out. That means you technically lost 5 feet on him just by getting Faraday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, the 30. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And yeah, he is.
Booking it. I know.
They're 30 feet behind you. So technically, you're at. Okay. He's about 95 feet ahead of you now, running through the open streets.
Okay.
You moved. Now he gets to move again. He will continue his dash. I'm going to make a dexterity acrobatics check just to see if he is able to dodge some falling debris and people. No, so he's actually slowed down, so he only moves 30 feet. Still, however, that gets him. He seems to reach a section of almost like a major artery within this this almost like maze-like complex. He reaches a large alleyway that leads down towards the center of the city, and he turns down it and just gets beyond your view. So he's now out of your view.
Okay.
Now it is your turn.
All right. Well, I'll move my 60 with my movement and a dash. Wait. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, so all I can do at the moment is that movement speed with the dash. So 60 in total.
Okay. You're able to actually really, I think, gain on him, actually. A little bit.
Can I just do that as well?
Yeah. Yeah, both of you are able to do that. Faraday, you're lagging a little bit behind, I would assume.
Okay, about how far would you say I am from him?
Why just the 30 feet? That's
Yeah.
the far got from me.
Yeah, probably just 30 feet beyond.
Oh God, should I do it?
I would say no, not yet. Here's the case. Personally, that's what I would
Yeah,
say.
I was like, I could get up to him, but I might need it.
Exactly. As long as one of us still has eyes on him, it should be okay.
All right, I'll save it.
Okay, he will go again. Okay. Gamesh, do you continue running?
I do continue running.
Okay, you get another 60 feet. You get to that alleyway and you turn down it, following where he ran, and you see him. He has gained some more distance. That down the space.
All right, then if I've caught eyes on him, then I'll use my bonus action to use aggressive.
Okay, you gain on him. Can you make me just a general dexterity check, please?
Whew. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. I can do
18?
this.
Okay. Add 15 more feet to that. So,
5 in total.
okay, he's about 50 feet away now. As he's been having trouble getting through some of these cracked city streets, well, crowded city streets. Farrier, I'm guessing you just continue running?
Yep.
Okay, you're just able to round the corner, and you see him just off in the distance. Gamesh has made even further ground. Back on his turn. He's going to keep running. It's a failure. He loses another half his movement. Well, 15 feet of movement. So he only moves 45 feet away. Yeah, he just keeps running straight. He's trying his best. Ganesh.
All right, let's do another 90 feet, I guess.
Okay. 90 feet?
Oh, yeah, yeah, because that's my movement, dash, and bonus action.
Okay. You get 5 feet behind
Alright,
him.
rogue.
My orc lineage finally pays off.
Gamesh is
Yeah,
running.
you speed. Oh, actually, I'm gonna need you to make another dex, just general dexterity check, please.
That's fine. That's fine.
If I saw someone run 90 feet in 6 seconds, I would flip my shit.
15. That is a success, technically.
5.
So, Ganesh, you pull like Captain America. You run as fast as you can, almost outrunning. You know, you could probably outrun a car at this point. And you are immediately 5 feet behind him. He turns around for a quick second, sees you. So on his turn, grovel! Make a wisdom save.
Alrighty.
As he's going to try and stop you.
Ah!
The next turn, at the start of your next turn, you grovel. So then he's going to continue moving. He only can move 30 feet. Let's see if that's even slower. Actually, he gains 15 more feet. So,
Okay.
45 feet. He's now 50 feet away. On your turn, you grovel.
God damn it.
And I believe at this point, Faradir, you're like right, almost neck and neck with Gamesh now. Behind this guy.
Okay.
Okay. Back on his turn, he's going to round a corner. Down another alleyway. Okay. Gamesh.
Alright, well, I have to spend half my movement getting up.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I'll use my action to dash. I don't have too many other options. Yeah, I don't have too many other options I can do here. I gotta
Just keep going.
gotta keep pushing.
Okay. So 15 feet plus your 30.
Yeah, so 40
For a dash? You reach the alleyway he turned down it. and you just catch him at the cusp of another set of alleyways. It looks like he's about to turn again, but you do see him.
All right, let's see. Let's get this extra 30 feet on him.
Okay.
Can I make a perception check to see if I can see any shortcuts?
Definitely. Make a perception check. An 8.
Nope.
This city is mostly alley, and the route he's taking is probably the shortest route, from what you can see.
All right.
Okay. So Gamesh, you are within 20 feet of him at this point. He's going to turn down that next alley. Okay. Okay. You're round.
All right. I'm going to use my movement to get around the corner.
Yeah. You see him.
All right, and now he should be about what, 30, 40 feet from me?
He's 35 feet away from you at this point.
Okay, he's 35. I'll use. How wide is this alley?
It's probably around 15 feet wide. So not too short.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work the way it's supposed to. All right. Then honestly, in order, I'll use aggressive first.
Okay.
Because I have to use that to clear distance. I can't get further away, so I'll get within the 5 feet with that.
Yeah.
Then my main action, I'm just gonna keep dashing. I'm gonna circle around him, get in front,
Okay. You go to the front of him.
and I'm gonna fully run like that full distance to get like to the end of the alley before he gets there.
Okay. As you run past him, he's gonna take an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit currently because I would not have my Stone Aegis stuff.
Okay.
That's on durability.
Okay, you take 15 points of slashing damage as he brings the glaive around and just swings it towards you as you get 10 feet out. And he stops himself in the middle of the alleyway.
Yeah, you know that's against the rules.
At this point, the chase has stopped. I don't even like this place.
Come on, you haven't even been there that long yet.
No, but I want to leave.
As I catch up, I'm just gonna kind of like walk to the opposite side of him, or like adjacent to where Gamesh is, just so it's like maybe we're cornering him in a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you both have him. You have one on each side of the alleyway, and he kind of does look back and see you.
Look, just have your conversation with Bellork, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
He kind of takes a look around, and you do see that the streets aren't abandoned. You see probably about 3 individuals are currently watching this scenario. One has stepped out of their home. The other 2 were kind of talking on the other side of the street with each other, and they're all just watching this situation. And he looks at them, lowers his head a little bit. Fine. He straightens himself up from almost like a combat stance. You see, he takes his glaive and just sticks it through a piece of wood, splintering a little bit of it, and just slowly stands there. He turns around toward Faradir and just starts walking.
I kind of just look at the people, give them a nod, and I start following behind.
Okay. Who knew Gamesh in a chase?
Aggressive. Finally
Mhm.
paid off.
Oh yeah. It didn't help that he literally failed 3 times to
Right
avoid.
on.
Yeah. He sucked at getting chased.
Honestly, I got lucky. I
Yeah.
got lucky with
Very.
that. With a +0, I got really lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those like wisdom saves didn't really matter too much to you, anyways.
Honestly, it's only because of aggressive. It wasn't for aggressive.
Yeah. So, do you pick up his glaive?
He leaves.
Yeah, he stuck his glaive through some of the boards in the barge, just so he like, he's not gonna hand you his glaive, but he stuck it into the ground for you to grab it, so you knew he was unarmed. You know.
Yeah, I'll grab it then.
Okay.
Can I make an arc? Or yeah, I guess I would know it's magical, huh?
The glaive?
Yeah, or was it a staff that he was using?
There's a glaive.
It was a glaive.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, could I just make an Arcana check just for funsies to see if I can find out anything else?
Sure. Make an Arcana check. Jesus. With a 28, the glaive is definitely not magical. In fact, most of the things on his person aren't magical at all. However, you did see his when he cast the spell command. You did see he reached down towards his chest, and you do see there's some type of necklace that is currently put below his plate armor. That probably allowed him to cast that spell. You think he's more of a he's definitely not an arcane caster by any means.
Gotcha.
Okay. You all begin walking back towards the tavern then?
Yeah.
Okay. As you all begin approaching the tavern, Belric, Seer, and Senti, you all are walking back towards the tavern as well. And you see Faradir and Gamesh, winded, currently walking with a very tall plate male wearing furbolg, who looks slightly defeated and annoyed. And you see the furbolg looks towards the group of you three, and there is recognition in the eyes.
Yeah, then I just kind of stare back at him.
You see the face kind of drops a little bit, and he steps up onto the porch of the tavern and walks in.
I'll just follow right behind him then.
Okay. You all meet up on the porch and follow him in.
Yeah. When we get in there, I'll kind of let them have a little bit of space.
Okay. You see he walks over to the left side of the stairwell, where there seems to be a large section of curtain that is slightly open, showing that the table is emptied. But you see like almost like a group table, and he kind of walks over, takes a seat, and just looks at you, Belric.
Yeah, then I'll just take a seat opposite of him and say, "It's been a while."
It has. He looks to the curtain and closes it.
So, what are you doing here?
I would ask you this same thing.
Well, I came specifically for you and the object.
I don't have it anymore.
Where is it then?
I sold it.
Really? To who?
You've been here a little bit, probably. You want to make a guess?
Oh, Delphine?
He just nods his head.
Why'd you do it then?
She's very convincing.
Who's convincible?
He said she's very convincing.
Oh, okay.
I didn't wanna sell it to her. She forced my hand.
What kind of did like blackmail or something, or what does she have over you?
He just looks at you. There's clear shame in his face. She bought my contract. He seems to mumble under his breath.
What kind of contract?
She owns my soul.
How?
You see, there's devastating shame across his face as he's revealing this information to you. It's a long story. I thought I was a young man once, and Malil helped me. Or so I thought. He just shakes his head. My past caught up with me. And they wanted something in return. So I stole a harp. And I sold it to her. Oh, I'm trying to. Still trying to renegotiate that contract. I was a dumb kid. I'm sorry you had to find out.
Yeah, well, do you know where the location of the object is right now?
Probably on her person. In her manor house.
Yeah, of course it is. Would you know a way how I can get into contact with her at all?
You're not going to want to contact her. She's not going to give it to you.
Well, I am getting it back no matter what, so...
The best option you have is to pry it out of her hands. She's something else.
Yeah, I heard a story about her.
You know nothing. She won't stop at this one, though.
Oh, have she collected more?
She's trying to. She called them something. Grand artifacts. She was obsessed. I fear she's planning something big. I'm just trying to get my contract and get out of here. I can never go back to the harmonious order, but I want to live my life a little bit.
Well, man, that's a lot. Let's, I don't know. I guess you don't. I guess you don't know her exact plans, right?
I have an idea. She's heard of one of these other artifacts. It's being held by a cloud giant. I think she plans to either kill it or marry it. I don't know which one's worse.
Cloud giants?
You wouldn't happen to know the name of that cloud giant?
Not that I can think of. I'm sorry.
Why you never told me this?
First off, would you believe me?
Yeah, that's fair.
And second off, I thought he would be able to help me, and I thought he had. I feel almost betrayed, honestly. I thought I had finally found my redemption, but it was all a lie. I was never truly free. There's a lot of darkness surrounding Bastion. I fear for our people. What are you going to do with me?
Honestly, you're free to go. 'Cause I have nothing more.
If it's alright with you, I'd like my contract.
Yep, I was planning on doing that too, while getting the object as well. So
Then I'll wait for you to get it. I guess I'll just stay here for the time.
yeah, I probably should just stay low for a while.
You're a true member of the Harmonious Order. Hope you know that.
Well, I tried my best.
I'm sorry I betrayed your trust. I truly am ashamed of it.
Well, it's only really one path for forgiveness for you, at least. Always try to right your wrongs if possible.
I hope you can take her down.
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Just be wary. The music that Melil grants us, she has it now.
Speaking of that, do you know its true powers?
She didn't permit me to stay, but during my travels with it, it calmed me. It could heal me when I played it. But she probably has more twisted uses for it. I wish I had more answers. She wasn't keen on telling me much. She was using me. I wish I knew more.
Well, that's plenty, so thank you for all this information.
He just slowly nods his head, still clearly ashamed at, having to tell you all this.
Well,
Oh, probably should get going.
Yep, and you know what? I'll swear to you, I'll get it back. The object and your contract. Then I'll just head out.
He just nods his head. Thank you. Tell your friends I am sorry I got very standoffish. I never wanted to tell you this. It's very personal. He just almost seemed to just start standing himself. Clearly, the conversation's a little much for him.
Yep, I'll just look over at them and say, just take it easy.
Just nods his head. So, he'll open the curtain. What do you do?
I'll just head back and join up with everyone else.
Okay. Do any of you give him back his glaive?
Oh yeah, I can back his leg.
just no.
Okay. He takes it,
I eat it.
clearly
He's in the bag
ashamed.
of holding now.
Power move.
So, what do you tell your party?
Nothing. He keeps it all a secret.
Good.
Nah, I'll go walk over and say, well, good news and bad news. Good news is I know where it is, but bad news, it's with old Delphine.
Oh, that's lovely.
And she apparently also has a contract of his soul too, which I don't know how.
Is this another devil?
Oh god, I hope not. I mean, theoretically, you can sell your soul to anyone, right?
Yeah, but to the degree that a paladin starts stealing artifacts of his deity, I think this is pretty literal.
Maybe he's not a paladin anymore. Maybe he's a warlock.
Ooh. All right. So we know why he did it. We know where it is. Why did she want it?
Apparently, it's one of it's a grand artifact, and she's been collecting them.
All right. She's power hungry.
Yeah, and her seems like her next target might be Zarin, that cloud giant.
She's going.
Yeah,
Oh
to
god.
steal that cloak, I think, on him.
If she can get the cloak, and then we get her, it's
I
kind of
don't.
like two birds, one stone, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
but
his plan very much.
uh, I think that might be backfiring because if she's able to get it, that means she's stronger than he is, and then she would have both artifacts, which would
Yeah,
make her even more powerful.
yeah, fair points, fair points. I just wish our enemies could take care of each other for one.
Yeah, but it seems like everyone always conspires against us. All right, well, the Zarin thing is not something we can handle at the moment. And how are we going to get this back? She's one of the spires. We can't just waltz in and steal it. We'll be making a enemy of everyone. Now, as I say this, I'm not just out loud yelling this. We're at the table. We're kind of together.
Yeah. Yeah, you can sit down at the table, pull the curtain, you know. And the second you do, it's almost like the room is strangely more muffled than you would expect.
Okay. Cool.
I'm Claire is going to gesture at Mebehi. If we can get her in, people do not usually see her take things.
All right.
Difficult to get her in though.
And then what happens when the lady realizes her things are gone?
We run very far away.
She'll find us eventually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think distance really matters with her.
We're gonna have to,
And like I
you
said,
know.
this will be a. This isn't just one enemy. We'll be making an enemy out of this entire guild.
We didn't like her.
Yeah, people don't have to like you, but they might still listen to you, though.
Yeah, she might be the leader, but, you know, people die all the time.
Also, very true. Wait, so Malcolm told us that he wasn't fond of her, right?
Yep.
We might want to talk to Malcolm about it. He might have a better idea.
Yeah, he's probably our only best option to even get close to her.
Because beyond that, we're kind of just one group going at a much larger group at the moment. And I hate for like this place to swallow me whole or something. Still figuring out how this evil works. I need a drink.
I'll pull out my not the wine this time, but my my hard liquor this time.
Nice.
No, that's the good stuff.
Drinks a fifth of vodka.
No moonshine. The good stuff. All right. So it was about 2 o'clock when we started all this, so it's probably around 3 something now.
And it's actually at this point it's probably getting closer to 5-ish, I think.
Oh, 5-ish. Okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Oh yeah, because we had to find a place and everything. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, then.
So do we want to head to Malcolm's, or do we want to or do we want to try to make our own plan?
Yeah, we probably should go talk to Malcolm. I think otherwise we'll just be shooting in the dark, essentially.
All right then.
I don't have the map to Zim anymore. Why do I also have this in my inventory?
I don't know.
I know I gave it back. I just forgot all about it. All right then. Unless there's any objections, I guess we were heading back to Malcolm's.
Hey, Malcolm. We may need to kill your coworker.
She's like, "Good, get rid of the bitch." It's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
It's like, well, if you insist.
You don't gotta tell those twice.
So you head back through the streets, taking in the strange sights as large mangroves slowly pass through the city. And you start to notice more and more things about this city. The city is built on secrets, and you'd think that as the houses split apart, being able to see into them would be a destruction of those secrets. However, you do notice that as the buildings open up to take in the flora and fauna as they move past, and the roads kind of shift above the boggy terrain beneath you, that a lot of the homes seem to almost be blurry as you see a tree passing through them, and you start to get more sense of the magic surrounding this place is still protective of secrets, just allowing the entirety of the city to move unnoticed. But you make your way eventually back to the estate on the north side of the promenade, and you see the tall walls of a very nice wooden home. The guards, upon seeing you, tell you to hold for a moment, but merely, 6 seconds later, a small gnome with purple hair kind of peeks out from beyond the gate and waves you in. He opens the front door, letting you all in. So, how was the first experience in the city?
A lot of running.
Yeah, too much running.
I've heard, actually.
Gotta get that morning jog in.
Clearly. So, come sit. You came probably for a reason.
Yeah, we found our guy.
Oh. How is he?
Oh, he's doing okay, at least for the meantime.
Interesting. I half expected you all to walk in here saying you killed him.
No, he was outnumbered. He knew it wouldn't go well.
Good.
But that leads to the next point. He definitely was doing business with O'Delphine.
Well, that's certainly interesting.
More of a complication than anything else for us.
I would imagine so.
So, I guess I got a question. Is she a devil?
No, she's not. She, is actually a human. She spent most of her time with the Vipers, growing up in that realm of our society, and eventually grew very powerful and very well known. That is when she became a spire.
Alright.
Why do you ask if she's a devil?
Apparently she's strong enough to make pacts for souls.
I wouldn't put it past her. She is interesting. She is I grew up training to take over as one of the Viceworn. Kind of went down the more magical route. And somehow, even being a Viper as she was, she also is very proficient with magic. Sometimes I fear that she could overpass me, which is entirely possible, and fairly scary. So it doesn't surprise me. She has very dark abilities.
Alright. Well, I guess that leads into the next thing. He gave her an item. And we kind of need it back.
A smile creeps across his face. So you need help.
Yeah. Otherwise, I guess we'd probably be making an enemy out of the entire guild.
If you're caught, yes. But if you're not. There, I'm definitely willing to help you. Just to what extent that is will probably vary. I still haven't called a meeting to announce you all as new guests of the city to the other Viceroy. Sorry, for the other spires. I could probably do that. Get you in the same room with her. But kind of hard to steal from her with her there.
Yeah.
I could also cause a bit more of a distraction. Get probably all of the guards, all of everyone away from her. It would be pretty easy to do so. would nearly need the word.
It's like a reverse safe word.
I can tell you about her estate if you wanted to.
I'm guessing hers is the castle-like one.
No, actually.
Yeah,
That is Solana Ravana's. Melody has the one that is fairly like mine. Um, except her walls are tall stone structures with razor sharp wire around it. Other than that, that's a fairly normal home.
yeah, that was my second guess.
Yes. There is a back door, and there's also a wine cellar entrance. Perhaps I can get you into the wine cellar. Cast my distraction and have a little fun.
Hmm. Well, as long as we got Behi here, that actually could work.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, how far away is her home from Malcolm's?
In all honesty, it's definitely less than 1,000 feet.
Okay. Hey, Belric,
Yo.
you want to see if you can sense the object now? Just to make sure it's even there.
Yeah, I can do that. And I'll just cast a locate object again.
Okay. You get the sense that to the southwest, in the large maноred estate of Spyro Delphine, that you get a ping in the upstairs section of her manor.
Is it moving?
Slightly. Not very much, however.
Well, I can sense it's there.
All right. Well, at least we know where to look. So, what type of distraction do you think you will be able to muster up?
He just seems to laugh to himself and looks down towards his many tattoos and kind of just pulls down his shirt slightly. And you see the large, draconic black dragon that is tattooed onto his chest. He kind of unbuttons his shirt, and pulls it open. You've already met him.
Oh. Oh.
He gives a devilish smile.
Look, that would be a whole lot more questions. I'm just gonna run with it for now.
Don't worry. He won't attack you all.
All right. So I guess plan would be to distraction and get my baby in the building. I don't think anyone else is going to be able to be sneaky enough.
Now, it only depends on when we want to do this.
What's her routine like? Does she leave often?
Depends on what she wants to do. Recently, she's almost been a homebody. Never really leaves.
All right.
I will say, when I cause this distraction, she is not one to investigate too hard. She may not even leave. She may stay in her home.
All right. All right, we really do want to think this through.
I think I can cast invisibility. Yeah, I can cast invisibility. If that helps at all with Mabehi.
All right, that'll keep her from being seen.
If it helps, I can also cast seeming on you all too.
What's that?
Seeming allows you to look like another person, and it lasts a long time. It'll allow you, I can probably dress you up as some of random thugs, so maybe people won't ask as many questions if you're in there. Just be careful. Just so it doesn't lead back to all of you.
When's this meeting we're supposed to have to be introduced?
Well, I was hoping tomorrow. I wanted to let you all have some fun. But I can probably push it back if you need to. Or we can, just do it tomorrow.
Probably stick with the plan, honestly. You don't want to make it suspicious. Our object goes missing and then you push back dates.
Definitely. No, they might just push it back. Just if a dragon attacks, I mean, that's kind of a. It's not even a small dragon. He's an adult.
Right.
This ain't no Resh Cabal.
All right. Then. Make sure I'm thinking this through. All right. After we get it, we're not gonna want to stay very long, because if we can locate the object, I'm sure she probably could too.
Fair.
How big is it?
It is a handheld harp. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
We could always commission a lead case for it if we're that worried. It'd be
Not a bad idea.
expensive as hell.
Yeah, we can afford it though. All right.
Also, could Centipede possibly wild shape into like a fly?
I'm pretty sure Fly is a beast.
So in that case,
Wait, a case for Chad? Make my suffocate.
Yeah, he would. Definitely.
yeah, don't give a case. Don't make a lead case for Chad.
At least you gotta poke some holes in it for air, you know.
I know we want to
If you
protect them.
if you poke holes in it, then the magic can get through it.
Yeah, that's true.
Still, you want a cage for Chad. Get like a cage, like a metal wire cage, and just like drape a blanket over it, or some other scrap of cloth. You know, like they do for birds.
Like they do for birds.
Okay, a cage with a pillow in it.
Okay. Smart ass. A case with a pillow.
What do you expect from Seer? To not be a
that
little
was
bit of a
good.
smartass?
That was good. That was good. Okay. All right. So, dragon diversion, sneak with Becky in through the wine cellar.
That's what it's called nowadays.
All right. So, dragon, sneak with Becky. I. Oh man. Regardless, after we steal this, we're going to be the obvious targets or the obvious suspects. We're the new ones, and we would disappear right afterwards.
And we went running through the streets.
Yeah, like we've kind of
we
We made a
have
name.
not kept a low profile.
in the slightest.
I mean, to be fair though, we never keep a low profile.
That is very true. Um,
We always go out and do something that's majorly insane.
Wait, can. What if it's in the bag?
You can't scry between planes.
Oh, so we can just put it in the bag.
Okay. Alright. So that at least.
So I can give Mabehi the bag when she goes in,
Right.
and she can just stuff it in there and get out.
And then, you can always teleport us back home.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes. So we'd probably want to have like a safe place to regroup where I can draw on the floor.
Alright.
So like an alleyway somewhere.
Plenty of those. Plenty of those. Alright, so. Should we do this before our meeting or after?
Well, maybe after.
That's what I was thinking too.
would be a little bit more suspicious if some big heist went off and then, you know?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
So, you'll stay till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Enjoy the short festivities of a meeting. And then the next day, you invade the house.
We're about to girl boss a little too close to the sun.
You think you'd be able to say that you sent us on a mission of some sort after we leave?
Most assuredly. Why else would these great heroes not come and help fight a dragon?
Right.
Got tired of fighting dragons. That's why we took them off our list.
Kind of got bored of them, had to get into a new field of work.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right. So, meeting. Then we have seeming. Dragon.
And I
Infiltration.
get you into the basement.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Then teleport out.
Well, I sure hope this goes well.
I hope so too. I don't need to make a whole enemy of a guild.
Well, if it's any consolation, I don't think any of us really like her.
Yeah, but authority's still authority.
Yeah. Hey, if things get bad, just kill her.
See, I wasn't sure how that would go. Yeah, we got the okay though.
I mean,
Yeah, you have permission now.
I'm probably one of the I'm probably one of the individuals who would be called upon to use their magic to try and find out, oh, who killed one of the spires? Oh, and I would most assuredly lie in your favor.
All right.
I'm sorry, that mocking tone. Oh, I wonder who did it.
So, I gotta ask then, are you hoping that we kill her?
I would never.
All right.
Well,
All right.
Never public.
Yeah, you never say it out loud.
there are spare rooms upstairs. I can have one of my attendants show you the way. I'm going to allow you all to stay the night. And, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow it is.
Okay. So, you all have a plan. Are there any shops you would all like to visit to, either in the rest of your day here or the next day? As we do a little time skip.
Are there any like magic shops or?
Yeah. So asking Malcolm, he will point you to different establishments if you need.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably just go look for potions.
Okay. He tells you that it's not really a magic shop per se, but the largest emporium of black market goods are sold by a singular establishment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the place is called Blake's Market.
Blake's.
Yep, Blake's
will-
Market. It is a black market
Go
site.
there.
Okay.
And like I'll tell the group so like anyone else can go if they want
Nah, I say fuck them.
to. I go out on my own. Always separate the party.
Always separate. How else did you get interesting encounters?
First thing you do when you get in a dungeon, half the party goes down one hall, half down the other hall.
Always. If you
Every
don't,
day.
you're not playing D&D right.
Divide and conquer.
Okay.
Blake's.
Yeah, Blake's Market. Kind of like Black Market, but Blake's.
Ah, I
Blake
see
owns the
play
black
on
market?
words there.
Yep.
Well, I don't, yeah, or is he just like the main one?
He's the main one.
Main one, okay.
Yeah.
So he has a monopoly over the black market.
Black market
Mostly.
TM.
Black market Jeff Bezos.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Gotta stop him now. Before he sends
Who's
us all in
worse,
the police.
Zarin or Jeff Bezos? Hard to tell.
One's more overt, one is more in your face.
One is someone we can actually kill.
True.
So you
Honestly.
think?
One hasn't flown to space to run from us
Yet.
yet. That's where Gramps. You're like, guys, we're going to Star Wars.
Well, here come the skyships.
Oh shit. All right. Okay.
We barely have electricity, but now we're doing space travel.
Hey, you don't need electricity as long as you have magic.
Yeah, lunch at magic. There's a.
True. We just need to find some magic crystals because that's what always powers spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I
Because
think
apparently they hold the power to travel through space and time.
all the time. You got to.
Okay. Yeah, so you all head over. It's fairly close, actually, to the center courtyard. A large 3-story building that seems to have almost like dark black awnings covering the main front of it. It is a nice establishment. Upon walking in, you see rows and rows and rows of just different knickknacks and materials. This is clearly a thieves' haven, where anything that is found can easily be pawned, and the people here tend to like good stuff. So there's lots of different gems and other strange items covering the space. And behind, almost like the front counter, you see this kind of older, portly man in his later years, and he is most assuredly an old bearded elf, and it is kind of strange.
Ooh, an old elf. You don't see too many of those.
Yeah, he's clearly very old. Also, very strange that his beard is voluptuous, almost to that of a dwarf's nature.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, as you all walk in, you hear,
Is he wearing a belt?
yeah,
Ayy.
you hear,
Classic.
"Hello there, how can I help you?"
Here, you're the one-stop shop.
I am. What can I get you? I have some special items, or I have, some amber, some blue sapphire, fresh in. Whatever you
Take
desire.
Things that help to kill things,
I most assuredly do.
or to keep me from being killed by these things.
Oh, that I have in plenty. What are you seeking?
Either of those two things.
Well, let's start off with the first thing. You want to kill things, huh? Well, some of my recent purchases have been quite interesting. I have a giant slayer longsword. I have a
Whoa.
longbow of warning. Um, Additionally, I have a couple mundane magical items. Mundane martial items. Um, but those are my two big magical ones that I've currently got in stock.
And how much for this giant sword?
The giant slayer longsword. Um, Currently, it's running for you 7,000 gold.
No. What else do you have?
No.
I have a longbow of warning. But if you are not interested in the longsword, I doubt you would be interested in the longbow.
What do you have in the protection area?
Well, in the protection area, I have a parapet of wound closing. It would protect you if you were to go unconscious. Seals your wounds, makes it so it's harder for you to die. Additionally, I have some very fancy studded leather armor. It is enchanted with resistance to cold. That would run about 6,000 gold pieces.
I'm already quite accustomed to the cold.
What a shame.
No, it actually comes in very handy.
Additionally, it's not really more for protection, but it is an interesting artifact that I was able to acquire. It is called the Pipes of the Sewers. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So toilet. I don't say
Essentially,
that in character, please. I don't say that in character.
essentially, it has the capability to befriend rats and additionally summon them if needed.
But Becky would love that.
She already has that, doesn't she?
No, she can only talk to them.
Oh.
If she could summon them and then talk to them.
Those are my enchanted items, but I also have potions and I have many, many scrolls.
Um. I don't have very much stuff. Do you take trades for things?
Yes.
Okay, Faraday is literally the only like magic thing she has that she doesn't need. Uh, she just like holds out the figurine of Wonder's power. It's a dog.
Okay. Give me one moment.
I would offer my vial of crystalline powder, but I don't know what it's actually worth.
Do you want to offer it?
No, I feel like I'd get fucked over on it. I need to ask someone who's
You can ask
a good
him.
person. I feel like
Yeah,
he's going to
sure.
lie to me.
You have the onyx dog, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember because you said it was a dog.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can probably do 2,500 for it.
And you said that longsword was 7,000?
Yes, for you.
I think that would be a good investment, honestly.
If I give the dog and 4,200 gold.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm great at those.
You got it.
It's not bad.
Hmm. $4,300 gold. And you'll have a deal.
This is acceptable.
It is acceptable. And he reaches his slender hand across the counter towards you.
Yeah, Faraday will shake his hand and a little shakes it a little bit too tight, just so he knows that, don't fuck with her. Don't fuck her over.
Sorry, sir. She doesn't know her own strength. She grew up in the mountains. You know how mountain children are.
You know, the children of the mountain.
Yeah. The common,
You
the
thought the children
common
of the corn
issue.
were weird. Wait till you meet the children of the mountain.
They're like the
Yeah, instead of
homeschool
the children of
kids.
the corn.
Okay. So yeah, you have a new giant slayer longsword. Do you want to know what that does?
I already know what it does.
Okay. Yeah, it's a +1 weapon.
Yeah, so it's as good as my current longsword, and then does other stuff too, which
Mm-hmm.
is cool.
Yeah. Well,
Anything else?
got any potions?
Yes, I do. What type are you looking for?
Primarily health potions, but I'm willing to see what else you got.
One second. Most of my potions are healing in nature. I have a superior, supreme, and a normal.
How much for each?
50 gold for the normal, 450 for the superior, and the supreme is 1,350.
50, 450. And 1,300.
50.
1,350.
Yep.
Okay. So I need to get that. Yeah, I need to get 100. And I'll take the superior and supreme.
Fair enough. He holds his hand out for the money.
So I hand him over 180 platinum.
Okay.
319.
they're very good. Anything else?
I'm good.
Wonderful.
Since you would like to know how much for the wound closure, the
A parapet of wound closure would run about 2,500. Gold.
superior is 68, 64, right?
Let me. Superior is 8d4.
84.
Yeah,
And supreme is 12d4, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So make sure.
10d4.
That's 10d4.
Yeah. Yeah. 10d4 plus 20. Okay. Anything else?
I don't have
I
anything
am
else.
good to go.
Okay then.
This
So,
was a very lucrative visit.
very. Any other things you would wish to do while you have time?
Um, I don't.
Yeah, I have two things I can think of to do.
Okay.
Probably the first one would be, I just want to ask Malcolm a question.
Go ahead.
So Malcolm, what was you said something about a castle? So who owns that castle?
One of the other spires. Solana Ravana.
Do you know anything much about her?
Yeah, fairly good bit. She is a high elf, trained in many aspects of the blade. She also was one of the vipers to ascend into spirehood, but she was a bit more cunning in aptitude, way more well suited to the role. Why do you ask?
I was just wondering if we can see if we get any of the other spires help, but see, would that be viable at all? We got other spires help.
She, I wouldn't. They don't know you. They don't know your actions and what you've done. You weren't with them the first time they went through, but I've heard of what they've done and they've helped us out. But I know they tend to be on the side of good. So far. And I trust you more than she would. Even though she would likely join against Melody. Pip, on the other hand, is a wild card. He could choose to help or not. A bit eccentric, that one.
Oh, okay then. Well, thanks for the info.
No problem. If you need anything else, let me know. I will say, at the meeting, be nice to Pip. He is an easy one to get angry, but he grew up as one of the Brigands, and it's not often that a Brigand makes their way so high up in the world. He's more cunning than he would seem.
Okay, good to know.
Okay. Anything
And
else?
then I want to head to like a gem shop.
Okay.
I'll go with Thoric to that.
Okay. Okay. You are told about a small establishment called the Playful Vision that would be fairly uh, good at dealing with your task, whatever it is. What's that? And I forgot to write that one in the chat as well, in case anyone wants to take notes. Yeah. So you walk over to the Playful Vision, both of you. It seems like a fairly squat building. Seems like it's probably 2 stories, as if there is a home section just above it. But the front area is made of solid wood. You can't even really see into it. It doesn't seem like a very fancy establishment. But upon walking in, it is covered with different glass cases filled with dozens upon hundreds upon thousands of different pieces. It is a almost hoarder's collection worth of different gems and different crafted pieces, and there's a lot here. And behind the counter you see kind of an older half-orc woman currently standing behind the counter, and she greets you as you both come in. Hello, how can I help you?
I'm looking to buy some diamonds.
Diamonds, how much?
Probably about 600 gold's worth.
That should be mighty capable. Anything else?
You got anything special in this shop?
Well, we have some nice, pretty pieces. Do you want me to? Do you want some jewelry? If
Are
you-
these like magical in any way, or just kind of just regular old?
No, you would want to head to Blake's for any of the magical items. These are just mundane pieces that I've been able to collect.
Ah, okay.
I can fit you for something, maybe even pierce an ear or two. She kind of looks at your ears. No, I know a guy. He's really good with some septum piercings. I can I can make you something. Whatever you want. I'm more than able to do.
I think I'm good with just the diamonds, but thank you though.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll get those right out for you. And yeah, you're able to buy 600 gold worth of diamonds. Uh, it seems like these places have a lot of stolen material. A lot of it.
It do be like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, that's surprising considering we're in a thieves guild.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured they'd have like all their own stuff.
Yeah, I figured everything would be completely legal.
I'm saying this is false advertisement.
Yeah.
After Belric gets the diamonds, Fair Deer will step up. Do you have moonstone?
I do actually. You want some?
Yes.
Do you want that in a certain form or just the raw stone itself?
Raw chunk.
Raw chunk? You got it. How big of a chunk?
How much is it?
Well, it depends on how big.
She'll kind of like the size of a baseball with her hands.
Baseball size, that's a little big. Probably only 150 gold.
Yeah, Fair Deer will put that on the counter. Well, 15 platinum.
15 platinum? Okay. She goes over and gets like a solid chunk of moonstone out for you. This is very special, just so you know.
It is for someone special.
Oh, lovely. Do you want me to box it for you?
Yes.
Wonderful. And she goes, gets a box, and makes this nice little package with a nice bow on it. If the individual does ask, you can tell them that this came from the Shamala Mountains out of Karak. Stolen out of Broken Bridge.
Good to know.
Don't tell her.
Or do tell
Oh,
her.
Fair Deer is fully aware that everything on this barge is stolen.
No, I mean, maybe don't tell Yistrid.
Oh, no, I
Stolen
wasn't,
gin.
I
You should-
wasn't gonna do that.
Oh, why not?
I mean, if Yistrid asks, I don't think Fair Deer won't lie to Yistrid about anything, so...
You can.
But she's not
you
just
don't
gonna
have to
willingly
lie.
bring it up.
You just don't
Yeah,
say.
she's not gonna say it when she gives it to Yistrid, but
If
she's
Yistrid
like,
asks,
"Hey,
"Hey,
where'd you
is
get
this
this?"
stolen?"
like,
You
well,
know,
isn't everything stolen technically, you know?
well, she can
Yeah,
say
it's-
where it came
It was
from.
originally stolen from the Earth, and now it's stolen from
Yeah.
Broken Bridge.
That's all.
Yeah.
I
We're just
entered the
reclaiming
line
it.
of- I ended the line of stealing by paying for it.
I just realized that meme is wrong.
Which one?
It was a bugbear, not a furbolg, running away.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Wow, dog, get on your fucking game.
When
He's-
we
The memes are lacking.
The memes are lacking.
This is why I have the meme. And you do not.
Meme god.
Seer has the backup holding, right?
Yes.
Okay. When we get back, we're grouping back together, right?
I'm
I
pretty
assume
sure.
so.
I hope so.
Okay.
No,
So,
you
we
gotta
do
separate
not.
forever.
It'd be
Gotta
bad.
get adventure.
Permanent party split. God.
Goodbye. Me and Belric, we're going on our own adventure. don't know what we're doing, but we'll figure it out. So when we get back, I will, or Ferdier will go up to Seer. Can you put this in your magic bag?
Can I?
And just like has the box in her hands.
I don't know. Tell me. No. Yeah, sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Let me just add in baseball moonstone.
Signed baseball.
It's not a signed baseball.
Signed by Babe Ruth himself.
Okay. Is there anything else you all want to do? I take that as a no. So, the day goes by, and as night comes, you see that Malcolm comes down dressed to the nines. His simple white tunic that he had worn before, showing off many of his tattoos, has been replaced by a well-formed and fitted suit. You see the white cuffs barely visible beyond a black jacket that he has placed over himself. He looks very almost fancy, strangely so. You see many of his attendants are helping him get on different pieces of jewelry and get fully dressed as you all are waiting for this meeting to happen. They are coming to his home. So the dining room has been set and the fire lounge is currently ablaze as you all are waiting for your newfound guests. Malcolm walks up to all of you. How do I look? The little purple.
You're looking good.
How's the hair? The purple, does it match the suit, or should I change this?
Does it match the suit? What's the suit's undertones? Are they cool undertones or are they warm undertones? Because if they're warm undertones, I don't think it's gonna work.
They're more
What are
warm.
the vibes of this suit?
Yeah, they're more warm undertones.
Okay, I guess I should ask, is it a warm purple that his hair is, or is it kind of like a cool purple? What's the tone of his hair?
It's like a dark purple.
Okay, what's his accent color?
What does that mean?
What's like the color of like his little accessories? You know, does he have like a little handkerchief with like a splash of color on the suit?
Yeah, actually, he doesn't have one in yet. See, he seems to be deciding whether or not to keep the hair how it is before he chooses on a handkerchief.
It'll do.
It'll do. What type of handkerchief should I have? Any suggestions?
Maybe like a dark blue.
Dark blue. Okay. You see one of the attendants hands him a normal white handkerchief, and he waves his hand. You see it just starts shimmering blue, and he tucks it in. How's it look?
A little bit better.
A little bit. That's not good enough.
Well, see, the problem is that you have cool toned hair and a warm toned suit,
The problem is that
so
you're
it kind of
ugly.
clashes a little bit.
What if I do? He kind of waves his hands over his hair, and you see it starts turning into like a dark black, like a jet black hair color.
Cool. Now change that handkerchief for a maroon, and I think you'll look great.
He just waves his hand, and you see it starts shifting color. Better.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
This is what Seer is here for.
Man, I love Eldritch invocations. He quickly turns around,
Who doesn't?
and starts heading over towards the door. Looks back towards you all. Takes a single step towards the door, grabs the handle, opens it up, and you almost hear as if someone was astonished by this. He goes, Solana, wonderful to see you. Please come right in. And immediately you see, walking through the door, a beautifully dressed high elf woman, probably in her mid years, very short, cropped hair that only goes down maybe around her like mid face, kind of parted up in the middle. She kind of walks in, turns, and looks at you all, and begins to walk towards you. She's wearing a almost emerald green, beautiful dress, and makes her way. Hello. It's wonderful to meet all of you. My name is Solana Ravana. She raises out a hand for someone to kiss it.
He's gonna kiss this lady's hand.
I'll do it.
Okay. Hell yeah. You walk up, become a awesome gentleman, and she kind of gives you a little bow as you do so. It's wonderful to meet new individuals, especially when they are invited personally by one of the city's best spires, I would have to say. Immediately Malcolm goes, "Oh, stop it. I am merely a hardworking individual who seeks the best for this place. Just so you know, these are people I've known for a little bit of time. I have some insight into some of their adventures, and I feel they are welcome guests." He begins to name each of you off, starting with the Mesh, to Faradir, to Seer, to Belric, to Senti, to Mebehi. To all of you, she curtsies and greets all of you very warmly. And for your knowledge that this is, you know, an, a person who at one point in their career was a very well-known assassin, they are very nice, kind, and almost noble. It's almost like a small taste of the big party you have with the king coming up. After the introductions, you hear the door is actually knocked on this time, and Malcolm rushes over, opens it up, and you immediately hear Malcolm seems a little taken aback, but goes, "Hey, Pip, it is wonderful to see you again. Come right in." And you hear, "Thank you so much. Wonderful to see you." And immediately walking in the door, you see a small, black, feathered humanoid wearing what seems like a little tiny suit made for himself. You see he has a little top hat on his head, and clearly this tiny bird is currently wearing some... I actually forget the word out of nowhere. It's the things that you wear on your fists when you want to punch people real good.
Brass knuckles.
Yes, he's currently wearing 2 brass knuckles. So this little tiny bird creature, almost like a little tiny raven, walks
Whoa.
in. Yeah.
Kenku.
Yeah, he is a Kenku. He immediately begins almost like quickly walking up to you all in his little suit. He looks very adorable, just from the mere look of him. And you immediately hear him say, "I can kill." He means, "good to meet you all." And you see the little bird kind of raises his hands towards the first person who he can see, which is actually going to be Faradir. He kind of walks right up to Faradir and extends his little bird arm.
As in, like, to shake her hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll shake his hand.
You shake his hand, and you immediately hear, "Pleasure to meet ya." And then he goes around and will begin his introductions to all of you.
He just looks very confused.
You see Malcolm is kind of like eyeing all of you carefully, making sure you don't insult Pip. He is fully introduced as his name is Pip Screech. He is one of the spires of Brigans Barge.
I love him. I love Pip. You sure can kill, buddy. You sure can.
I know.
Oh, I didn't say that in character. No.
As the introductions are slowly fading away, you hear another soft knock on the door. And Malcolm looks at all of you, gives you all a nod, and walks over to the door and opens it up. Melody, it's a pleasure to see you again. Come right in. Walking in through the door is a somewhat younger woman, probably in her mid-30s. You see tangled, well, not tangled, like curled brown hair is coming down just about her shoulders. Seems she had her hair done for this event. She's currently wearing what seems to be some black slacks, a fairly nice, like, buttoned-up shirt. Nothing else really fancy about it. No tie, no anything. Her collar is slightly popped a little bit. And currently on her back, there is a massive axe currently strewn across her back. And she kind of walks in, almost like playful smile towards Malcolm, turns towards all of you, and begins walking up. Hello. The name's Melody. Pleasure to meet all of you. Well, I am famished, Malcolm. I think I'll skip the introductions and let's go straight to dinner, okay? Yeah. Let's, do that.
I've been muted for the last like 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
How unfortunate for you.
How unfortunate.
Cool. So, you all are brought to the kitchen, and you all find seats. Malcolm sits at one end of the table, and at the other, Melody. So, where do you all want to sit?
Is the food already on the table?
Not yet.
Oh. Then I kind of sit wherever.
Wherever? Okay.
I'll just sit next to Gamesh.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit at like, not like the end chair, but like at the end of a row.
Okay.
I'll probably try to sit as
Unless
far
it's a
away as
circular
possible.
chair. Circular table.
It's kind of like an oval table, essentially. So you have the two ends, and then the main long bits of seating.
I'll just sit on the other side of Gamesh. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll sit somewhere.
So, Belric, do you sit as close as you can to Malcolm then?
Yeah, as long as I'm away from Melody.
Okay, as far as you can. Got it. Okay. Okay. So, interesting. So, probably, most of you are currently sitting on the right side of Malcolm, whereas Belric and probably the other guests, along with Senti, are probably sitting on the other side, just to have the tables somewhat even, so there are as little empty chairs as possible. Also, Mabehi would probably sit there too.
Okay.
You all sit down. Melody takes off her large axe, and with your passive perception, Belric, you immediately notice a strange similarity. This axe is stringed, actually. You see it is slightly been turned into some sort of musical instrument, where the blade itself has been turned into slight frets, and the strings itself, strangely pale, bluish, almost see-through lines that connect throughout the large bass axe, essentially. And she kind of leans it up against the table with a dull thud as she just looks across the table, looking at each and every one of you. As everyone is seated, Malcolm claps his hands, and food is brought out. At first, it is just slight appetizers, just little things, and some questions are had. Immediately, it's Melody. So, I am curious. Malcolm, how did you meet these individuals? You don't usually bring people into the city. They did some work for me back in, I'd say a couple months ago. They did good, and, well, I brought them in. They have good skills. We could use them. Interesting. So, what do you think of the city so far? She looks towards all of you.
Still getting used to it moving around so much.
It's, part of the charm, as a couple bushes sneak through the wall.
So, how long has this place been around?
Oh, a very long time. Right, Malcolm? Yes, it's been here for about, you see Melody kind of cuts in as he's about to start explaining it. They say that it was founded just before the kingdom was. It was able to hide in obscurity for most of its history. However, it's hard to hide a floating set of barges. It didn't really start kicking off, though, until about 500 years ago or so, close to 600. One of the champions, he lost his vestige, and it proved a good boon. We enhanced the city, put up almost indestructible defenses, and changed the game. Malcolm interjects. Yes, we've really seen it take off. We've been allowed a more solid control over our holdings and more solid control over the guild as a whole. No one can question where the guild's heart is any longer. And, well, we've all made way more money than we used to. He kind of eyes Melody. So, what was the task you did for Malcolm?
We freed up Forest Luis.
Oh, you did a good service then. I heard about that. I did hear the Archangel fell, but she was reborn, so I heard.
Yeah.
That is what happened.
Yeah, you know, miracles and all that.
Still dealing with Sebastian though.
Really?
Yeah. Bit of a nuisance.
Yeah, rather persistent.
He really doesn't want to die.
Is there any reason behind that?
Behind him not wanting to die?
Yes.
For the same reason no one else would like to die.
No. You all seem capable. Haven't you killed him?
Multiple times.
Then why can't he die?
From the Nine Hells.
Yeah, you kind of have to go there first.
Demon or devil?
Devil.
Devil.
What type?
What type was he?
He is a.
Being.
Cambion?
Yeah, there you go.
Child of a succubus. Or an incubus. Interesting. Well, they are hard to kill. Them do
Yeah,
make,
we just gotta make it there.
they do make good infiltrators, though. The power to charm is a really good one.
Yeah, like I said, a nuisance.
You see Malcolm kind of looks over, like just eyeing all of you for a second. He just seems to stay quiet for the moment, just calmly enjoying his food.
Can I like subtly try and cast locate objects?
Yeah. Um. Let's look at locate object then. It is a verbal, somatic, and material spell. So, you're gonna need to make a sleight of hand check.
You got this. You don't.
Ooh, no, absolutely not.
So during this moment of silence, you start quietly whispering and moving your hands and taking out a material out of your satchel. And you immediately see, just through peripheral vision, all eyes go onto you.
I'm going to start coughing, act like I was choking on something.
That's gonna work.
So for I imagine like the party looking at him too, like, yo, the fuck are you doing?
We're
Malcolm says,
everyone's staring at him.
you hear, actually, Melody probably would have said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to pray before we started eating then?"
You guys don't have to. I was just trying to be as quiet as possible, but
I don't think I actually asked your names. What's yours, sir?
my name's Belric.
Balric. Where are you from?
I'm from Bastion.
Ah. Interesting. What about you? And she looks to the next down the line. Probably Senti.
I'm a bush.
They didn't give me a name yet.
They didn't name me.
Since he turns into a snake and just slithers away.
That would certainly make an impression.
Does
Since
not
he's-
want to be
Since he
perceived.
has too much social anxiety.
Mood.
Just turn into the frog.
Yep. Do you really do that? Okay. Yeah, you turn into a frog. She's immediately taken back. Oh. Interesting.
Senti. She does that.
She immediately just looks to Malcolm. Interesting guests. How about you? Oh, she looks to the other side of the table.
I'm Seer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Gamesh.
Where are you from, Gamesh?
Bastion as well.
Lots of people from Bastion here these days. Looks towards Faradir.
My name is Faradir.
Where are you from?
The mountains.
Which ones?
Fucking, what's the mountain called?
Damn it, Graham.
It would be the Inta range.
Right, Inta. The Inta range.
You must know the problems with cloud giants there, then.
Yes, I know of them.
How much do you know?
A lot.
I'd love to hear. I've only heard bits and pieces. We don't often head to Guanistan, but I've heard the rumors.
He's fucked up and bad. That is the situation.
Speaking plainly, I see. Interesting. Immediately you hear, well, it looks like it's time for the first course. Everyone dig in. And Malcolm claps his hands and the first course is actually finally brought out. It is a very delicious meal as you all begin eating, exchanging weird, nervous glances towards Belric. At some point of the night, Pip would screech again. This almost blood-curdling screech into the air. Astonishing all of you, probably. But for the most part, questions seem to have died down a little bit. Okay, have a good night.
Nighty.
Night.
Yep, good night.
It is only during dessert when Melody seems to speak up again in her line of questioning. This is delightful, Malcolm. He thanks her. She looks around towards the rest of you. Belric, I have another question for you. Do you know an individual named Kor, by any chance?
I actually do know him.
I thought so. He actually came from Bastion himself. He's an interesting individual. I think you should go talk to him sometime. He typically stays at the what's that small little tavern called? Malcolm kind of speaks up. A shaggy rope. Ah, yes, that's it. Yeah, you should go and talk to him sometime. He has some great insight.
I think, yeah, I actually will. Well, thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Actually, he gave me something very interesting when he first came. And she kind of stands up, her food slightly unfinished, and she picks up this solid uh, base axe, essentially. She kind of holds it up. Initially, this was it was already enchanted to begin with, but he brought me something that bolstered it. Have you ever heard of the Harp of Melil?
I think I've heard it before.
Well, it's good to know that others have heard of it as well. Um, it's considered a vestige of power, but deeply unknown. The people who housed it didn't know what they had in their hands. For in fact, the magic didn't come from the harp itself. The harp's useless, but the string. That is where the true power lies. And she takes her finger and runs along these strange, pale blue lines across the axe. And strums her fingers down, and you hear beautiful melodies, doom 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 doom, played through. She kind of holds it up. It is a beautiful sight to have a vestige of power in my own hands. After one measly one forged this entire place. To think that that one was merely made by a single dragonborn. What could a vestige of power made by the god Melil do as well? There's no ends to the knowledge that it could give us. She strings it and plays a soft little chord on the bass. Looks over towards you. Do you want to play
Yeah.
it?
Oh, if you wouldn't mind.
She walks over to you and holds it out for you. I noticed your own. And she softly hands it over to you. Malcolm, eyes wide and very worried at this point. She hands it to you.
I'll just start just playing like a soft little tune on it.
Okay. Do you want to make a performance check?
Sure.
22. With the help of this item, you begin playing, for all of you, one of the most beautiful melodies you've ever heard. It's as if music has taken form and shape in all of your souls, and you feel almost slightly bolstered from it. You all gain one inspiration die. She smiles widely as you begin playing it, playing your beautiful melody. And eventually, though, you do finish with it. She's going to hold her hand out to retake her axe.
Take her head off, Bellard. Take her head off.
Oh, I wish. But Beller just hesitated for like a split second, just be hesitant to give it back, but then hands it back to her.
She takes it. Begins walking back over her to her seat. Turns around. Malcolm, it's been a good night. I enjoyed the meal and enjoyed speaking to your guests. I think they will be wonderful additions to the Brigans' Barge. I look forward to seeing you all soon. She turns back around and just walks towards the door and out. Malcolm, eyes wide, kind of looks over to the other two spires. It's getting a little bit late, yes. Thank you so much, Malcolm. You see,
Do the
Solana.
do the other spires seem off put by the interaction, like Malcolm is?
They seem slightly confused. They don't fully understand.
Okay. Okay.
But they just, they're taking their cue. One person has left. They don't want to overstay. Solana stands and goes, I must be going as well. It's good to see you, Malcolm. See you around. And she begins stepping off. You see Pip kind of stands up in his chair, adjusts his suit a little bit. It's been good. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
I just give him a nice little hand wave.
He waves back, steps off his chair, and begins walking off out the front door. The attendants close the door after them, and Malcolm just kind of looks around at all of you.
Well, she obviously knows.
She fucking knows. She looks towards Bellrick.
Yes.
Well, he looks towards Bellrick.
I'm guessing your buddy told her, probably.
Yup.
That, or your spell didn't help.
Well, I had to make sure because I had a feeling, but I had to make sure.
Well, now you know. She should have told us.
Why did you guys go to the bathroom or something?
You know what? That was a good idea. Should have done that.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of the
Just
whole
like,
time.
Yeah.
I was like, all you had to do is walk away. All you had to do is... It's okay though.
Well, at least we now know that she has it on her. So it looks like you're probably going to have to kill her.
Oh yeah, I'm planning on to.
Alright. Then that raises another question. How do we do that and not have the whole city turn on us?
Maybe I can do a bigger distraction.
So basically, we have to get in there and kill her in her home and leave.
Yes, I would say so. If I were you, don't leave immediately.
Alright.
Fuck. I want to save some of these. Okay. If you kill her, tell me when you kill her. You escape, and I'll summon something else in whatever room you killed her in. It's probably gonna have to be the Baylor, isn't it? Oh, no, maybe... No, it has to be the Baylor. Fuck. Well, I can help in that regard, but I think that might be it. It's either that or you stay and get questioned for who knows how long. If Solana and Pip feel like there was some misdoings on someone from here, that could cause a problem. And that would lead to an investigation, which, you'd probably be found out. Because I'm guessing her body would have some certain marks on it, proving that, you all probably did it.
Yep.
You could always take the body.
Yeah.
Could take the
just have it disappear. What a conundrum.
Yeah, fucked up situation. But that seems to be the usual for us.
Yes. Well, I'm going to go to sleep. It's been a long day, and hopefully, you all come up with some plan to complete this. Because I'm leaving. Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning. And he stands up
Hey,
and just begins to walk away, leaving all of you to talk and figure out what your next moves are. As she clearly knows.
Clearly.
we should not have let Tor walk away.
So, at this point, I'm going to end the session here tonight, as you all probably have some thinking to do, and if you want, you have a whole week to do so.
Oh man. Well, this is why we're never nice people.
I knew I should have said something.
I was.
I
It
knew
was
I should
Belric's
have been
guy.
paranoid, but yeah,
It was Belric's
It's
guy.
like,
So I was like, let Belric.
I guess, yeah, if Valric wants to let him go, we'll let him go. No, I should have been paranoid. I should have followed my instincts.
And just shot him dead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also would still be breaking the rules of the bar.
We didn't have to shoot him dead. We could have just.
Exactly. What were you going to do?
Easy. We could have just kept him prisoner. There was no laws against keeping someone prisoner.
That is also very true.
Goad him into hitting us first.
I mean, he technically already hit me first, so I could have.
Yeah. So whose fault is it now?
Oh man, this lady's gonna be strong as fuck too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
This is about to be a
I just
high
gotta
level caster.
hope we catch her alone. I am going to save my counter spells.
Ooh. That sounds pretty fun.
Malcolm's the only one who really knows about us, right?
About what?
What do you mean?
I mean, about what we're capable of, what we do. I mean, everyone else is kind of like this is
Yeah.
everyone else's introduction to us.
Yeah. However, I mean, you know.
I doubt Malcolm brings weak people in.
That's not what I mean. Like, so
Oh,
they won't.
so she can't prepare for us specifically.
Yeah, they won't know our specific abilities that we have. So Guy and Juggernaut might be helpful.
Yeah.
Who summoned the Earth Elemental? Who knows?
Yeah. There's a.
But you don't have earth elementals on speed dial?
I thought about taking that spell though. Summon elementals. I thought about it. I was like, nah.
I can conjure elementals. I just need 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I was thinking about getting the actual summon one, the new one, like your summon Shadow Spawn spell.
Sorry, I'm not all fancy.
Oh, excuse me. All right. My bad. I'll step down. I don't want no problems.
It's a hill we're gonna die on.
Oh man, this is going to be a fight.
Yeah. Man,
yeah, I
if,
can't believe she turned it into a base axe.
You're right.
I was like so shocked. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, who else turned their weapon into a instrument.
honestly.
But mine's cooler.
Mine is cooler.
Obviously.
Hers is made of a vestige, man.
He's like, I am a protagonist. Mine is cooler.
It was my idea first.
Is mine. I
Yeah.
call copyright.
I'm excited.
I can't even get some of that.
I can't believe you cast the spell at the table though. That was
Dude, I was
That
like,
was
no way.
ballsy.
very ballsy,
Yeah.
and it did
I
not pay
kinda-
off.
Yeah, I was kind of too in the moment. I was like, I just so focused on the act. I was like, just totally forgot about everything else.
I was like,
I get it.
Because when he said it, I was like, this is a hard spell to hide. I was like, you're really hoping you get a good roll right now.
Yeah, I always forget about the components of a spell.
Yeah, and the -1 sleight of hand. Oh, you were. I mean, character wise, I totally get it. That's good role play. Leaning into what he would do.
Oh, that was good though. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you all for playing tonight.
Yeah.